CCTV 101, MPX accessories and tips. Always make sure you're using the correct voltage for your camera, either 12 volt DC or 24 volt AC. There are adapters available from ASCO Technologies that can reduce 24 volt AC over to 12 volt DC. So if you are running 24 volt power and transformers to the camera, you can drop it down to 12 volt of the camera and not blow the camera. Using power supplies. Always make sure you have the correct amperage and you know the load of the cameras. If you have a bunch of cameras that have IRs and heaters, you need to know what those are going to run. If they're going to run more capacity than the actual transformer or power supply is actually putting out. In this case, we show a 4-channel 5 amp 12 volt power supply from ASCO. If you find you're getting rolling bars, fuzz, or an image like this, quite often you have a ground loop issue. You can buy ground loop isolators, and what this does is isolates that to give you the proper picture. You'll find ground loops typically are where there's two different ground potentials, and or you have a camera that has a different ground potential that is mounted to the side of a metal building. If you don't have enough light, you can buy IR illuminators. Unlike floodlights, these don't show you light or is non-visible light to the human eye, except when you look at them you may see a red glow from the IR illuminator if it is an 850 nanometer model. Pay attention to the field of view and make sure it's matching to what the camera is and what you're trying to achieve. There are two types of IR illuminators typically, 850 and 940 nanometer. These are not visible to the human eye, but the 850 nanometer you will see a red glow from the IR illuminator or the camera. The 940 nanometer versions in IR illuminators are completely covert and typically used more in surveillance and other types of things where nobody wants to be seen. There are every type of surge protection available for BNCs, for NVRs, DVRs, low voltage power, Cat5e, HDMI, etc., all available from ASCO. Remember, often bylaws require that notice is posted for CCTVs in use, and definitely where audio is in use. ASCO also sells little silica packs you can put in the camera to pull the moisture away from the lens for when you're installing in damp environments. Have the proper tools. This is a CCTV test monitor that you can put on your wrist, great for analog, and this one is a test monitor that's a 7-inch touchscreen that will do IP, CVI, TVI, MPX, HD, PTZ, analog, and everything else. Thank you from West Rep Solutions.